would get there, and she seems to have been sitting there. She's in like this rocking chair, and have like a little basket full of like berries, and she's like nibbling at, and just looking out west where all the monsters and everything else sit at, in that direction.
Hi, I came back alive.
Oh, hello, welcome back.
Yeah, sorry it took me so long to come back.
And she shrugged. She's like, time and place, always.
Something like that. Yeah, some things happened that were time sensitive.
She would nod. Come sit, friend of fire. Come sit.
Phoenix will find a seat on the ground and is her bush nearby? I want to pet her bush.
Yes,
phrasing.
Pet bush
Phrasing
is next to her, and unless you knew what it was, you would think it was just a normal bush. I
hate all of you so much.
Justin muted this entire time. The first thing he says when he joins in, phrasing.
I'm sorry, but like, Andy, how could you not say I want to pet her bush and not see that coming?
You could have at least called it a shrub.
No matter what, this would have happened.
Alrighty.
Bullcrap. If you said shrub, it wouldn't have happened.
I'm turning red. I hate you all.
I love each and one of you equally.
I will see the shrub and I will kind of give it a little scritch.
Right. It is a shrub, so it is, doesn't really have rubbing features, but you do your best. And Lulabelle pulls out some, eats a couple berries and like offers you the basket full of fruit or berries.
This will take a few.
Yeah. And a few you take. So she's sitting there and she's just silently rocking her chair as if it's just a normal day.
Are you from what is the circle of druids that are supposed to be on this facade again called? I don't have my notes on me right now. Everything's
let me pull up my notes. I want to say it's they're all gemstones. It's emerald. It's the Emerald Tribe. So, Phoenix, you there? Oh no, she died.
She got robot-y right before she said that, so it might be a connection thing.
Yeah. Oh no, the shrub got her.
Phoenix has been enveloped in the bush.
Oh dear God. She died to the shining shrubs. Yay, someone got that joke.
Still can't hear you talking, Andy.
Hello?
Hey, there you are.
She live. They live.
I made a mistake for trying to turn on my camera. My internet died.
Yeah, I started noticing that.
It seemed to be doing perfectly fine, so I was like, oh, I can turn on my camera again, but no, I cannot.
No. Now my power's gonna flicker off again. Watch.
Don't jinx it.
No, see, it's a double jinx, so it's not gonna happen.
Well, now you just triple jinxed it.
Fuck, you're right. Anyways, going back to you and Lulabelle, you ask her that question, and she would say, yes, I am.
Are they all circle of... I guess I wouldn't meta knowledge know that, but are they all this? I know that she said she was a circle. She said she was a circle of dreams.
She said she's a friend of dreams.
Friend of dreams. Are they all friends of dreams?
She would shake her head. No.
You're keeping me waiting here for a reason, aren't you?
No.
My curiosity is insatiable, and you know it.
Yes.
You said you had something you wanted to tell me, some wisdom to impart on me if I survived.
Yes.
He's grinning at this point. And he'll drop the subject and just say, you know, I've learned new tricks with fire recently.
Well, you are a friend of fire. Fire will teach you.
It's funny you say friend of fire. I would never have considered myself such.
Why not?
Well, fire is a difficult thing to be friends with. I use it as much as I can for good and healing and rebirth, but it is often used as a tool of destruction.
That's how tools work. Many things tools can do.
Fair enough.
She would pop a berry in her mouth and she says, just like these. She says, look at the berry bush. They can feed, but they can also be bait to kill. It's how you use things determines whether or not they're good or evil, as you say.
That's what my mentor always said.
You had mentor?
I had one.
Not dead.
Not here either.
She's not. Sometimes life is best mentor. Sometimes people best mentor. Sometimes nature best mentor. Sometimes no mentor is best mentor. She would shrug. Just depends.
She always insisted nature was my mentor, not her.
A small hint of a smile will come across the Furblog's face, but just ever so slightly. And she would say, fire is nature.
Yes, but I suppose I wanted a druid to teach me the ways. I have never been a part of a clan of druids per se, like most are.
She would like do a big heavy like nod as if she like understood something or like realized something, or just simply acknowledging something, and she would ask you why.
Well, guess I don't know.
And that's okay. Not knowing is many things.
I tend to settle for whatever is the easiest and most comfortable, and finding a clan that's willing to let me in is not one of those things.
And she would say, it may be if you try. No, not you. You would not know if you don't try.
I tried something new regardless. I figured it could maybe help me learn and grow, but I joined the greenhouse.
She would say, you live in a greenhouse?
I joined a group of people who are interested in the preservation and healing properties of nature.
She would go, so you did join Circle.
I guess I kind of did. Not in a traditional sense.
Was it hard?
No.
Was it difficult?
The same question.
Did you die?
Now you're just toying with me, and I'm not sure why yet.
I don't know you. Just ask questions.
Is this the wisdom you came to impart on me?
Do you feel wiser?
Not particularly.
Then no. Just want to know you, that's all. The other thing will come later. And she's, looking out the west. You would just watch as the sun is just starting to set a little bit, not truly setting yet, but it's, definitely past supper time. And she would ask you how are friends?
A bit of a break. We had some intense work recently, but everyone, well, we lost a friend.
Sorry.
The group that was too curious for my own good, and he died doing something good. I like to think that's what matters in the end.
Well, if that's what you think is what matters, that's what matters to you.
It's not what matters to me. Well, I guess I consider it with my own death, when one day I return to the earth, or ashes as I hope to be, but...
But why is that?
Well...
Why do you consider it that way and not others?
Because I could have healed him, and it was too late. I feel like I failed the one thing I've been trying to do my whole life. Keep people alive. Keep good people alive.
She would simply listen quietly as you say this, and she would say, sounds like you were too weak. Not good enough.
Exactly.
What are you going to do about it?
I guess the options are quit, let everyone down, and have them likely die without me, because I've seen the way they fight. Or keep trying to get stronger so I can keep these idiots alive.
And which one do you want to do?
Well, one of them is... I think I've already explained I'm too curious for my own good. It's one of the reasons why I've never been able to settle. And I want to see what I can do while I'm alive. I want to help as many people as possible.
Using your fire.
And he kind of lights a small flame on his finger. A complicated master to try to please, but it's the one I have.
As you say this, she would slowly get out of her rocking chair. The shrub, gets up as well. And she would reach over for a quarterstaff type thing, and she's like, all right, come on.
You start following her, but while he's doing it, we'll ask, should I ask where we're going?
Do you want to ask?
You ask complicated questions.
You question too much.
Now you sound like my mentor.
And she wouldn't say anything else and just continue walking. And she would be heading northwestward toward what you remember on the map being the area where the tribe, quote unquote, claimed.
Phoenix will nervously follow. He's never been around that many druids before. He's like, I've met like 2 druids in my life. I'm so scared.
And I'm one of them. I know 2 druids, and I'm one of them. And so she would just lead you out, and like keep in mind it's sun setting, with this brilliant, golden hues, which being on black snow so often is probably a nice change of pace. Actually seeing the sun for a little while, and she would lead you, and it's like a couple hours of a hike. And for the older Furblog, it's actually surprising how far she's walking over this terrain, with little problem.
She's spry.
So eventually, though, you would start seeing things in the forest that shows that people live out here. You would see wind chimes in the trees. You would see symbols marked into the wood. You would see trails start, a little bit bigger than an animal trail. And eventually you would come across the sound of instruments being played. But you don't see anything yet. And as you're following Lulabelle through this forest and everything like that, it seems festive in nature, the music. And eventually you'll come around a grouping of trees that were thick enough to block some areas, and you're able to finally see a open area where there are wooden huts, some tree houses, a lot of it looks like a tribe out here lives, and a very good sized one. It seems just a little bit off of a small village, but just a bit more nomadic in nature. And you would see there's a group of several dozen people gathering around this very large bonfire. A lot of instruments being played, mostly wind and percussion. Or I say mostly only wind and percussion. There's no stringed instruments or anything like that. And it's, very festive and happy and things like that. Food's being cooked. People are dancing. It seems like they're celebrating something.
Is there something to celebrate this evening?
Yes, it's another day that no one died. Or someone did die. She shrugs. I don't know. We celebrate every night.
It's an interesting perspective, he'll say with a bit of a grin on his face.
And she's like, why wouldn't we celebrate?
No, I guess more I was your perspective of death that way.
That's not a bad thing, she says. You just return somewhere else, the next part of your life.
As curious as I am, that's one thing I dread finding out.
She says, well, maybe you'll get to talk to someone who knows the answers. Like I do.
I don't know how many answers I've been getting out of you, though.
It's because you're not asking the right questions, she says.
What would a right question look like?
Your mouth opening and closing, she says, and words coming out.
I love this character.
I do too, honestly. I love her so much.
I have good NPCs.
Time for this NPC. Phoenix is just like, I love this woman. She's so wise.
More like a wise ass.
Exactly. She like a little revealing. She's 100% based off my grand aunt. By the way.
I love it.
Amazing.
Yeah. Just because she's 100% smart ass like that. So, anyways, back into the immersion. Woo! Yeah, there's people celebrating. There's food being served, and yeah.
Is everyone here a druid?
She shakes her. No, not at all.
Just. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, Phoenix. I'm sorry. I've never actually been in a druidic circle before.
She says, less circle, more family. We have people here that do different things. Druids. Some people are like archer men who go hunt monsters. Some people get strong and focus on their bodies. Some people get blessed in different ways. Some people are clerics or priests of nature gods. You got different people here.
And why weren't you at the celebration?
I was waiting for you.
How did you know I was coming?
Now you're asking the right questions.
And yet I still seem to not get any answers.
And that is because I'm not the one who's going to answer them.
Who would?
She says, we're going to find that out tonight.
That's not ominous at all.
She says, that's the way we do things. Now, would you like to come and have fun?
Sure, I would.
All right. She would take you over to the festivities, and immediately you're just a plate of food is thrown in your hands, and you're showed a place to sit down. It's very good food. It is a lot of meats, greasy meats, a lot of berries and fruits and things like that. There's salads, and there's even a couple like dessert type things like cakes and things like that. All the entire time, people are dancing. Or music is being played. It seems just like people are just partying because they want to party, like 100%. No one asks you any invasive questions. Maybe they'll ask for your name every now and then, or ask you how you like the food, but that's about it. They just treat you as if you were there the entire time and were always supposed to be there.
Phoenix is grinning as the evening progresses, seeming to relax a bit more.
Yep. The sun completely sets. It becomes nighttime, but the large bonfire in the middle of the area remains as it's supposed to. It keeps the entire area well lit. There's a couple smaller like torches or magical lights that dot the area. But this goes on for hours. But eventually it does start to die down. The music takes on a little bit less party atmosphere and just more filler background type music. And as the music dies down in tempo and people have full bellies, all the food's mostly eaten up, there would be coming out from one of the tents would be this very small gnome with very dark skin, almost purplish black. And as he comes out, everyone kind of hushes. And he would walk up next to the fire. And in a very large voice that carries out throughout the entire area that surprises you coming from this very small figure. He would say, "Another night of celebrations. How was it, everyone?" And everyone cheers and celebrates, and they're like, "Woo, yeah!" He says, "Well, tonight was an actual," or he doesn't say it. He said, "Tonight was a very good reason to celebrate, for we have a guest tonight." Of course, everyone turns to you, immediately know who he's talking about, and he would gesture towards you. He's like, "Come on, come up, come here."
Looks at Lilibel and is like, just like, how dare you?
She has a cup of tea. She's like,
Underneath the scarring, which kind of becomes more obvious as he's like kind of like beet red as he kind of goes up to the front.
And he says, "Tonight we have a rare friend with us, a friend of fire." And everyone goes, "Ooh."
My secondhand embarrassment.
He was like, he would say, "Now, our friend of fire here is not going to be here very often if he ever does come back, but he will be welcomed here at any time in the future." Of course, everyone, a couple shouts of like, "Hell yeah, fuck yeah," friend of fire, woo! This very positive atmosphere. And as you're standing and looking at everyone, he's going to say, "However, we have a gift for our friend. As all friends and guests come here, we give them a gift." And he would turn towards you and he's going to say, "Would you please sit down in front of the fire here?"
Oh, okay. It's kind of like he wants to say like you don't have to, but he's like that seems rude, but and he'll kind of sit down.
Okay. As you sit down and you're looking at the orange flames flickering, the smell of smoke and ash fill the air. But for you, the heat doesn't really bother you. Like it's fire and it's warm and things like that. But it doesn't bother you even being this close to it. And the gnome, he would start pacing a little bit. He says, "In all of my years of traveling, I have met many friends. I have met friends of dreams, friends of beasts. I have met friends of the moon, friends of the sun, friends of the void, friends of the sky. But some of the best friends I have made have taught me many things. And one such friend was another friend of fire." And as he says this, he throws something in the flames, and they would change color, and they would take on a green color. And he would continue talking. He would say, "There's one thing he taught me was that fire, out of all the friends you could be, is the best friend." And he says, "The green flames, the flames that guide the lost. If you see a green flame, never run away from it, run toward it. Because a green flame is a flame you can trust." And he would continue traveling, and he would throw something in fire again. And it would immediately swell, and it would turn blue. And he says, "A blue flame, a flame that's used by researchers, by nobles, by tribesmen, the flame of knowledge, a flame that, if lit, will able to show you the truth." And he would throw something else in the fire again, and it would turn red hot, just raw red. He would say, "The fire of destruction, the fire that removes the evil in this world, the flame that removes the flames that remove the old so the new can grow." Again, he would throw something in the flames, and they would turn almost this like whitish color, like it has a hint of yellow in it, but it's mostly white. And he would say, "The flames of life, the flames that are in the hearths of homes, the flames that keep the fires away or the cold away at night, the flames that children sleep next to safely." He would throw something in the fire again, and it would turn black. He would say, "The flames of death, the flames that kill, the flames that not destroy but remove, the flames that are the last thing you see before you go on to your next life. These are some of the few flames I have been shown by my fire friends." And then he would turn towards you, Phoenix, and he would ask you, "What is your flame?"
Um, I guess I'm green.
He would chuckle a little bit. He's like, you don't know yet, and that's good. For you are, and he would throw something in the fire, and as it does so, the fire shoots up into the sky of a rainbow of colors. And it's just swirling around. You ever seen Avatar: Last Airbender, by any chance?
No.
Ah, shoot.
Really?
I was really banking on that. Anyways, I'll pull up the clip later. But it is a rainbow of colors that are swirling up into the sky, like just shooting into, like you're like, you would see this from the other side of the island, 100%. Like people, it's almost a little dangerous, you think. He said, "You are the fire that has yet to be lit. Your flame has yet to be chosen, and that, in my opinion, is the best fire to have, because you can be any fire you want to be."
Fenix is just like looking in like awe at the fire display because it's really cool.
Oh, it's yeah.
Are you talking about the dragon fire dance or what?
Yeah, the fire. Yeah, when the fire's breath and it twirls and it's all rainbowy and everything.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Just a second. I'll get the clip.
Yeah. But the fire only lasts for a few moments and then it'll immediately die down. Back to its normal fiery state of the yellow and reds and oranges. And he would look at you and say, "There are many other fires out there, and it's up to you to pick the fire that you wish to be. A friend of fire is the best friend to have, because a friend of fire can be a friend of many. They can be warmth, they can be destruction, they can be whatever they want to be."
Thank you. Fenix kind of looks at his hands and like flexes his fingers a little bit.
Mm-hmm. He says, "I hope you find your flame one day, friend of fire, and that you come here and you show us it."
Big grin on his face. I will.
I will hold a hand out to help you get up off the ground, even though he's like a gnome, and like you sitting, your eye level with him. But there is power in his hands, and like he's able to lift you up without much effort on his part. Not even leaning back, he's just boop. And of course, everyone's watching you silently and patiently. You would turn around and see them all looking at you, and yeah, everyone seems happy, excited of what you could end up being as your flame.
Fenix will turn around with a bit of a shy grin on his face and just he will trying to think what this would be. Briefly just kind of like give a slight bow and just say like, "I've made new friends as well today."
And at that, everyone starts shouting. The music picks back up again, and the party resumes.
All right,
New
and
friends
Fenix
were made.
New friends were made. Friends of fire and friends of dreams and friends of whatever.
Yeah, a lot of friends there. You got friends of bees, friends of the trees, friends of the land. Yeah, a whole bunch of friends.
Friends.
Fenix will spend the night like meeting with different druids, seeing them doing different like things, and just like
Absolutely.
and whatnot.
That's exactly what happens. Yep. So, all right, that was a little bit of a long one, but I liked it. It was good. I'm glad we got to it finally. I've had that in my pocket for a hot minute.
Congratulations! That one's on recording. That one's recorded.
Hey!
good.
Yeah, I got here
Yeah.
right as we were starting Fenix's shit with the bush, so that up to the bush is, from bush on is recorded.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's a good starting
It's
point.
All the good
AB after Bush.
Cool. All right. Next is Hugo once again.
Mm-hmm. So I was thinking maybe Charles will want to like maybe investigate this Marek guy he met,
Okay.
considering he may know some things with the you can say like resurgence of criminality in town. So maybe he may have some information, or in general because of his father who works in the Black House. So it may be good to know like what kind of people he made it if he wants to later enlist in this house.
So, what is your goal for learning all this information?
He first saw with nobles, so like he will try to like go like more like around the convergence, like maybe on the streets, things like this. Maybe like see like if
What I
there are
mean
guards.
is
Guards, you can ask, this maybe ask like guards, maybe people who may serve him, like he may see like going in and out of his place,
what I'm trying to figure out is once you find this information out, what do you plan on doing with all of it? Like, is your goal like blackmail? Is your goal just to have it in your pocket? Are you trying to befriend
Yeah,
this person?
right now, just collecting information, and it will depend on the information he found. What he
Makes
will
sense.
do. Yeah.
Give me a investigation check, please.
Yes.
Or sorry, give me 3 investigation checks.
Oh. Raz, dwa, three. Nice.
All right. Oh, those are some good numbers. So you ask around about this nobleman that you discovered at your restaurant, which is a restaurant, but also other things. And there's not much more you can figure out other than what's been said. He doesn't really do much outside of just hang out and party and just things like that. When he's not at his house, which you're able to figure out what that's at, it's on the convergence. Some other things you're able to figure out is for one, how long are you doing this investigation for? I should mention. Is this like just a couple of days? This is a week? Like
yeah, maybe just 1 or 2 days, not so long.
So after you watch him for like a couple of days, and you do some talking to the guards, maybe trying to talk to some other people in the general area. Something of interest that you do know is one day or the second day that you are investigating him, and he leaves his house. He doesn't go to the restaurant. He doesn't go to another noble's house. He actually heads into the Yellow House district, which you can't get into because you're not a member of the Yellow House. But you do remember his mom is a noble within the house. So he's probably do something with that. And the other interesting thing you do know is during the night, he does have occasionally a couple lady friends over, some prostitutes and things like that.
Yeah.
But you would realize these aren't your typical, nightly guests. They're not the ones that you would hire from the noble district. They come from the less area, the poor area, because they're cheaper. So
okay, interesting.
So that's about the only interesting things you're able to figure out over those 2 days.
Okay. I did wrote it not in an interesting way on my sheet, but okay, that's not so much that interesting new, but maybe the last one can be indicative of a few things. I think that will be all, like for what Charles will try to do, because from what he was told in the restaurant, he can't get couldn't get much information. Maybe he will go and see them if they have more news with the talisman if we found in the dungeon, Goblin's dungeon, and see, okay, like, do you have some news about this? But after, I think he will consider, like, okay, at least going to the Black House for more information and follow the trail from there.
Okay. With the talisman describing everything, if they have anything about it, it is outside your price range to afford to pay for it. The only thing they can tell you about it is because it's such a high price, it's obvious it's something very important. They even offer to buy it off of you for 5,000 gold.
I will note it. I say I will reply that I will need to discuss it with my associates.
Right.
Yes.
Of course, they say, of course, you know.
Of course.
Yeah. So that's that.
Okay,
And
assuming I want to buy the information about this talisman, how much will it cost me?
1,500 gold.
1,500. Okay, that's okay.
And they'll tell you all they're able to find about it.
For 5k. Okay. Infos for one.
But you remember, Dusty had it, and he took it to one of his friends to look at.
Yes, Dusty took it. How much do I have on me? 100 gold. It's good. Almost 200.
Yeah, you're almost there. Just just a couple more coins.
Just need a small loan of $1 million. I mean, I think Charles will tell them that he has this. I have a place like in first seats on the arena. I got it for free, but assuming I don't want it and want to sell it in middle of the high seasons, how much do you think I would be able to get?
Give me a persuasion check. You said, when do you want to try to sell it, now or during the actual season?
No, during the season. Now it will not be worth.
Do you think you could fetch during the season? Probably between 500 and 900 gold.
Good.
If you sold it right now, you're probably looking at 400 to 500.
I will keep it for later.
And that's just like a general number. That's not like someone who specifically wants it or anything like that. So.
Yes. Well, I will keep it and try to find someone who may be interested in it.
Yep.
Okay. I think that will be all for Charles.
Cool.
Yes.
You said you don't want to do Black House stuff yet?
I think, yeah, we'll look into it. But I don't.
What are you trying to find out?
Still information about Sigmund. Where maybe like if they heard of him, if he had any contact with them before, if they know anyone who.
As far as you know, they won't give that information out until you join the house.
Yes. That's why you will consider going to them and yes.
So
seeing what they can offer him.
You're trying to figure out like what happens if you do join it.
Yes, I mean, I think he would come to the house with like just a bottle and say like, okay, so.
Showing the bottle and asking around, you would know the bottle is an invitation. And what that means is you would join at the first rank, kind of like Caius did because of his history with the military. You would skip the 0 phase where you'd like wait and like prove yourself, blah, blah, blah. But also there's something else attached to it that they would tell you, which is not only is it an invitation to the Black House, but it's also an invitation to one of the guilds.
Oh, interesting. Like, so it's well, I would have to join this house first, but once I can join another one of the guild. If I understand you
Specifically-
correctly.
Specifically, it's an invitation to the Whisper in Black.
Hmm. Yeah, I think Charles will accept both invitations.
He would say yes.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Cool. Joining, like I told everyone else, it's very simple. However, I will say when they hand you your paperwork, there's a little bit that's already been filled out on there for you.
Hmm.
More specifically, where it says name, it says your real name and not Charles.
Mhm.
And it's them
Hmm.
telling you that they know who you really are already.
Hmm.
And it doesn't seem threatening. It just seems to show what it means to join the Black House and what
Yeah.
they can do and what they can do for you.
Hmm.
It's them showing off.
Well, I say we are well informed.
And
Mhm.
on another sheet where it says known associates, it says Sigmund. And in parentheses, missing.
Hmm. Oh.
So it's they're very much saying, like I said, like, hey, we know why you're here and what you want. We're proving to you what we're capable of doing. So
Hmm. Interesting. Okay.
yes, very
I
interesting.
both like it and don't like it.
That's the goal.
Yes.
So you would join. However, since you're the first player to join one of the guilds, now we get to cover the guild stuff. So you would join the Black House. We're just going to do the Black House first. Is there anything you're going to do? Because you're a tier 1 member. Your guild symbol, I forgot to mention this for you. It's going to be, for you specifically, one of those masquerade masks on a symbol.
Mm.
Like just like the eye part,
Mm-hmm.
it's one of those. So it's on like a little, it's a badge, but that's what the badge is a masquerade mask.
Okay.
And they would say there's 3 badges within the Black House. There is the masquerade mask, there is a dagger, and then there is a skull and crossbones. So
For ranks or for different types of
different
activities?
affiliations within the house.
Okay.
And they say you pick your specialty at the lowest level, and it's obvious what you want, which is spycraft, investigating, pretending to be someone else, things like that. It's very obvious you're not really much of an assassin, and you're very much not someone who's interested in the dark arts. So, yeah.
Interesting. I mean, if you don't mind around I know you know what's my name and everything, but if you could still call me Charles around him, it would be
Of course.
it would be good. Most people know me like this. No need to make some
The
confusion.
person you're talking to for recruitment would say, we respect people's choice of remaining their real identity hidden. Just know that don't try to backstab us or betray us, because we know who you are.
Yes.
So long as you play nice, we'll play nice.
Mm-hmm. I'm used to this kind of deal.
They would nod. We know.
I nod back.
So cool. Also with your badge, they would hand you a folder as well, a little information packet on Sigmund. They're like, we know what you're going to come here and ask for, so we went ahead and got it for you. And in there, it's only a couple sheets of paper. And on it is a lot of redacted information, you could tell. A lot of information that's been blacked out, a lot of information that's just been burned off, things like that. Whatever he was doing in the house, they want to keep it hidden.
And with what's kind of things is left inside of it?
His name, he was a member
It wasn't
of
his real name.
It was his real name. You don't know if it's his real name or not. It just says Sigmund. Whether or not it's his real name, you don't know. He was also a member of the same part of the Black House you are, which is spycraft, infiltration, masquerading, all that kind of stuff. He was a tier 4 member, and all houses have 9 tiers, but the 10th tier being the leader. Well, technically 10 tiers because there's a 0 tier. Yeah. Anyways, and some other information is just a few missions he's done. Nothing very specific. It's just like, hey, he did this. He accomplished this goal for the house. He was rewarded this. He did this, this, and this. But even that, some information is very blacked out. There's no names at all anywhere in this information. The only piece of information that's on here, there's 2 pieces of information. One is a report that he wrote himself, which is a recruitment request for you.
Ooh.
Where it was dated just 2 months before he disappeared. Which is saying, in the report, it mentions he's going to give you one final test before he officially invites you, which was the mission that you guys went on that failed. It recommended you for, the masquerade section, how he's been training you for this position for a couple of years, and that he sees you as a very high valued member of the Black House. The other piece of information on here that seems important was the report of the failed mission itself, which is the Black House saying that Sigmund was captured and is believed he was taken to an off-known facet for investigation and interrogation.
Okay.
They said it basically sums that whoever was who kidnapped, or the people, the house that you attacked, they sold him off somewhere to have his secrets about the Black House revealed. And there's also a piece of information on there that says Sigmund is to, if found, so long as he hasn't done anything to betray the Black House, he will be welcomed back, but if he has been betrayed, he will be killed for his traitorship.
Interesting. Well, I would first try not to disappoint him with his recommendation. And when he has the opportunity, I think Charles will try to maybe find some clues of where possibly he could have been sent. Maybe by something that he knows he should not be, but like going back to this like the place of the mission where they went, see maybe there are still some clues or things like that.
We can get to that.
Yes.
I just want to get to the guild itself as well, because you are going to be joining that. So much like the houses, the guilds have tiers, but within the guilds, you can have access to different resources. So houses is more privileges, guilds are resources, is how it works. So with the Whisper in Black, they have just things you could buy. It's just shops basically that is themed around that guild. And there are missions that will be tied to them over time as well, which it's suggested you do things for your guild if possible, so that way you get higher tiers and more privileges and more resources, things like that. So if there's anything you want, whether it's like a magic item, a potion, a weapon, a tool, if there's something you want, just let me know. And then we can kind of figure out if it's available for sale for you or a good price for it or anything like that. So, and just remember, Whisper in Black is about gaining knowledge. So this is, again, spycraft and infiltration and things like that. But they also, do have some sort of like, killing and you ever play the game The Hitman?
Not too much, but I know.
Well, in the game, he like will kill people and pretend to be them and stuff.
Yes, I
They
know.
do
Like
some
you
of
just put back their clothes.
Yeah. So
Hide in plain sight
the
mechanics.
guild
Yeah.
does some of that stuff too as well. So just letting you know, it's not all. They're not good, but they're also not outright evil. So we'll get back to investigating your mansion stuff as we make our rounds. Back to Kevin and Caius.
Much else I can do really besides just following up on the lead. I guess Dark 4. Am I able to go there?
Dark 4. What's? Dark 4? What's Dark 4? Dragfer, the facets.
Oh, Dark 4. Yeah.
I was like, wait, that's not what I thought it was. I thought you were saying the Forge, not Dark 4.
Oh yeah.
You can go there. I was more hoping you would go there as part of a mission later on.
I was thinking that too. Then.
Yeah.
That's fine. Then.
Cool.
Just go back to the Scar Forge and train with Lorek for the rest of the Lorek.
Yeah, with his passive aggressive, like he's like seemingly doing it out of pity or just because he's bored,
Yeah.
It's great. I like this character. I like that character.
Yeah, I'm enjoying annoying him with my plucky attitude.
I'm seeing this and I'm like, bro, you picked the wrong NPC to do this with. Cool. Dusty, since you're officially here, is there anything else you want to do? Or that we haven't touched base on yet with your downtime?
Question is, are we still in the month that we're on probation?
Yes, you're still within the month. Yes, everyone's finishing up right now.
Okay. I'm trying to think what else I would do. So I got that. Get the report there. I would go to the Blue House.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are you joining it, I'm assuming?
I'm going to try to join it just so I can get access to the library.
All right. You'll be a tier 0 member since you don't have an invitation. And then, excuse me, you would have to wait before you become a tier 1 member and get access to all that stuff.
Okay, so I'm in a scheme.
Yep, all the houses are like that. Every single one of them.
Fine.
The house says unless you have done something noteworthy enough to become a tier 1 member, you have to do the waiting.
Yep. Oh, that sucks. Oh well. Damn it. What else can I do? Let's see. Oh, could I go back to Black Snow to investigate that corpse we found the object on?
Alone, it is not suggested you do that.
I'm gonna go ask my friends if they remember more details about that corpse.
Your party members?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you guys would cross each other's paths every now and then. So it's not impossible for you all to meet up eventually.
Yeah. Do any of you guys remember anything about that corpse we found this talisman on?
Which corpse was that again?
The one in the Goblin Cave? In the lower
There
dungeons?
there were multiple corpses.
The one next to Malak.
It wasn't next to Malark, it was the rat-chewed one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't that the one that was covered in rats?
Yeah, it was. You got everything from the same body.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, covered in rats. Huh. I wonder if that's significant.
If you say this to Quillrick, you'd say, yeah, rats have a tendency to eat corpses, as do other animals.
Well, no, here's the thing. There were also, wasn't there other dead things around? Like, why just, was there more than one corpse, or am I remembering wrong? I thought there was 2 corpses in that.
It wasn't just corpses. It was like the trash pile for all the goblins. That's where all the garbage went. There's some dead goblins there. There was just general, trash, rotten food, dead rats, things like that.
Okay, so they're probably just normal rats. Like, I was under the impression it was like a dead body with rats in like a stale room.
No.
Oh well. Well, anyways, the talisman is to a treasure room. He would tell everyone that, like, it's to a type of treasure.
from what I gathered, it's I mean, it's something that may be worth quite a lot.
I would not.
If I managed to contact some people and show them, the rough description of what's on this talisman, but they would be willing to sell it to us for 1,500 gold, or if we are willing to, we can sell them this talisman for 5,000. Or we can continue
It's like
on this track.
when Dusty hears 5,000 gold, he's like, "Please don't sell this for chump change."
Well, that would be 1,000 each for us.
He
That's
looks
not bad.
very earnest that like 5,000 gold is nowhere near how much valuable this is.
Oh yes, I assume.
It's better option is
If
to
we are
find
to
what.
sell,
Yeah. Trust me, the better option is to find what it goes to. Trust me.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes. If the people I know are willing to sell the information for 1,500, I think it should be something quite interesting for us.
I just wouldn't like to sell. Like, I would just keep it quiet because this could be dangerous if people know we have it.
Mm. Well, I can't say I trust the people who I asked about it, but
I look at Dusty.
there usually seem to be an understanding in like someone who finds something takes it first.
I look at Dusty like, wait a second, you're advising we not talk about something? Who are you and what have you done with Dusty?
I mean, this is gonna put all of you in danger, not just me. So I have to give a shit.
And why should it put us in danger?
If people knew we had this.
But why? I mean, yeah, it's lead us to a treasure, but it's not that important.
Please,
Or
yeah.
there is something you don't tell us.
Well, let's just say it's very historically significant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's an old necklace.
I can't tell you right now until I'm 100% sure because I don't want to get your hopes up.
Well, your friend was 100% sure that's what it was.
Okay. Also, my friend who identified this made me promise not to tell, and I kind of feel like an asshole if I told you guys, so I'm giving you a vague description so I don't have to outright tell you.
Technically, I found this necklace.
Yeah, but I found out what it was.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay, I guess technically it is your necklace by Finders Keepers, right?
Okay, so we will share this what we found then. After.
How about this? I'll compromise. If we find the place, I'll explain what it is.
Okay, how much can it lead us to?
Potentially world-altering power.
Hmm.
Sorry.
If
what
by
did
world-altering power you mean summon me a mountain of gold, then I
mean the things that made the facets level of power.
Hmm.
Am I wrong about that, DM?
Phrasing is a little wrong, but no.
I'm with what it is related to, it is that
Yes.
echelon, right?
I would say you're not wrong. You're not right, but you're not wrong.
Okay, so we call that inquisitive research. And Dusty,
Exactly.
Gwildrick, Dusty is deadly, weirdly serious. This is kind of exciting and worrying at the same time. Exciting because ooh, history, but also this could potentially wipe out the entire world.
I wouldn't say wipe out the entire world. That's a little too much.
Well, Dusty would think. I'm saying Dusty would think that because he thinks that highly of history.
Got it.
Yeah. I think it could just maybe destroy a few facets. So yeah. Also, I did find out about the dagger too, right?
Yeah, you have the dagger.
Yeah. What No, let me just look through our notes again. Just a second. Okay, you wouldn't be able to say that. So I think we should keep this somewhere super safe. Do you guys have like a vault or something? Because any one of us could get killed.
What, the dagger?
No. The Pentacost thing.
The talisman.
Talisman, yeah.
You just said what it was, good.
Yeah, you said what it was. There you go.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's players.
That's a Freudian slip.
Mhm.
The talisman, yeah. The talisman we should, like, I mean, because any one of us could if we're not all together, we could easily get, like, I mean, you're a thief, right, Charles? You could probably steal this from me pretty easily.
Mhm. Is this a challenge?
No? I mean, do you want it to be one?
Do you want it to be one?
Okay, well, we can do this.
I just pass my hand behind Dusty and make a coin appear, you know.
It's like, okay,
Old trick.
I guess I'll keep the dagger and you'll try to steal it from me.
His cape billows.
Mm-hmm. Dagger, necklace, whatever you want. Whatever you don't need right now.
What?
I mean, the dagger or necklace, whatever you don't need right now, I can take.
Guess I don't need this because I have my bow. I attempt to hand him the dagger.
I prefer this one. I just put one end on my rapier.
Okay.
But thanks for the offer.
Okay, more for me then. Do you want me to keep the thing? Keep the talisman? Or do you want it back? Or we can compromise.
I mean, you know what you know what it is, so I wouldn't trust you with this responsibility for now.
Thank you. Okay, and like Dusty just takes the talisman and puts it back in his pocket.
Just don't lose it in a lava pool, please.
In another what?
And
In a lava.
now, I doubt this ever occurred to you, Charles. I don't really have much value, but if you do happen to take anything from me that is of value to me, you won't be able to use your right hand anymore. Are we clear?
Oh, I don't need to take anything from you. I mean,
excellent. I just simply wanted to establish that for the record.
People here in general.
Yeah. So where are the others
It's
at?
better if people don't know you before you borrow things from them.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, by the way, the day you misplace something, look in your bags again before one of you come after me.
Okay. Well, let me think. What else? Okay, I think that's. I'm trying to think of anything else Dusty could do that would be in character for him right now. Already talked to Gerald. Talked to the general store manager. Talked to that guy. Does Whistler College have any libraries that Gerald's library doesn't have?
You wouldn't know, since you're not a member.
Oh, I thought I went to Whistler College.
No, you did not. The Whistler College is a guild.
Okay, I need to rephrase that in my bio.
Yep.
Guilds or houses are separate, right?
They are.
Okay,
but you had to be in a house to join a guild.
Okay, well, I got a 0 waiting period for a house, so can I go check if I can get a pre-waiting period for the Whistler College?
So the Whistler College was an invitation because of your discovery with Merrick, the guild member, if you remember.
Oh yeah.
Which they invited you to join the Whistler College based off your discovery of the white orb.
Yeah, I think I just never followed up on it because I think I forgot about that plot point.
Mm-hmm.
Can we do it now? Because I believe we were focused on goblins at the time.
If you wish to join the college, because you have an invitation and you can join it if you wish to, yes.
I would like to try to join the Worcester College.
Okay, cool. You join.
Okay. I legitimately, I want to look up if they have any books that Gerald's Library doesn't have on the same stuff here, the dagger and the everything else.
So joining the Whistler College. Hold on a second here. Let me go to my notes. Hold on 1 second here. I got so many fucking handouts. Oh my god, I need to organize these. I think. So the college is for mages and scholars for magical matters and magical artifacts, much like it says on the handout for it and things like that. Joining it does give you access to resources such as books and people who know things, just that kind of vibe. And give me a investigation check, please.
Okay, guiding myself. Hopefully this works. Eventually I'll have expertise. Where's my character sheet at? Okay. Well, shit.
So, let me go ahead and roll your guidance real quick.
Okay, I will, but I really don't think it matters. 8.
With an 8, you're not able to discover much, or sorry, you're not able to discover anything about the talisman at all.
Okay. Would it be a separate check for the dagger?
No, it's all the same thing because you said you're doing both.
Gotcha.
With the dagger, you are able to figure out pretty much the same things you already know. But you would know the information is a little bit more organized than Gerald's library. Or sorry, Gerald's, not Gerald.
Oh my
Gerald's
god,
library.
they have an index!
Yeah. And you're able to find this information relatively quickly. So you know in the future, if you ever want to look something up, you can. However, you are somewhat told that the college does a exchange of information, where if you give them information, they'll help you find information as well in the future.
Ah, interesting. Is like an exchange coming up or not?
Well, no, it's anytime you want to. So if you have something that is new to them, then you can exchange it for something else.
Okay, I'm just gonna go. Dusty would go to the lady. Okay, I'm gonna go down a list of things I know. Tell me if any of them are worthy of stuff. Okay.
I'm gonna stop you right now. You don't have anything.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the white orb you've already reported,
yeah,
so you can't reuse that.
Yeah, that'll go with the invite. I was thinking
that would have been good information, but you've already reported it, so that's why it doesn't count. That's what got you into the guild in the first place.
I was wondering if like the goblins worshipping Baal was news.
The fact they're worshiping Baal isn't news, but what I will say is, a vampire goblin is news, and B, the fact that it was such a large grouping would have been news, but you guys have cleared them out, so it's not really important news. It's just kind of fact, which is kind of just meh.
So is the vampire goblin like even nudging them then?
It's something like it opens a door for conversation for sure.
It's like, okay, here's some of the news I want to trade. Vampire goblins are a thing, and they worship a murder god.
Okay. They kind of look at you as like, well, goblin vampires exist, and it makes sense they worship a murder god, but what's important about that?
It seems that they were made a vampire because of the murder god.
And what murder god is this? There's like 7.
Baal.
Okay. And is there something specific you would like with this information?
I would like more information on Baal and his artifacts, because I think I have a dagger related to him.
Oh, you have a magical item.
I take out the dagger.
Ooh, they take it.
What?
And then they would be back, and they scurry off.
Okay, they take the dagger and then we're gonna come back
Yes.
with it? Okay.
Yes, what they said.
Okay.
They're gone for a very long time. So much so, I'm pretty sure Dusty would start thinking they just took it.
Well, Dusty would probably start reading and get his nickname again, and start gathering dust on himself.
Hours upon hours later, they would come back.
Did I
and
find
they'd be
any
like,
good books to read in the meantime?
Not really, no.
Darn
Also, the
it!
books here are not dusty. They're
Oh,
clean.
yeah. No. Like, the joke was that Dusty got the name Dusty because he would sit still so long, dust would gather on him from reading too much.
Yeah. I mean, there's books there, but nothing noteworthy of information.
It's like, another one on peach farming.
And they'll come back with the dagger. This time they're holding it with the silk fabric. Not touching it directly with their hands anymore. They're like, okay. Do you want to talk somewhere private?
Why? Is something bad happening?
Yes.
Okay. I follow them to a private place.
Good.
Okay.
And they sit you down like a doctor's about to tell you have cancer kind of thing, atmosphere. They would set it down, not touch it anymore. They also have gloves on, you realize, like 2 layers of protection. And they're like, we're 98% sure you're cursed.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what kind of curse is it?
Well, you see, this is a weapon of Baal that their followers take and use. That they kill people with it, and they get stronger the more they kill with it. However, it can persuade you to commit more murders moving forward. And by persuade, we mean basically make it to where it's the only thing you can do if you don't do it quick enough or soon enough to the dagger's whims. You see, magical items are somewhat alive. If you, I'm sure you know this. And this one is very angry. It hasn't gotten a murder in weeks. I'm surprised you're just normal right now. Maybe you're not cursed, actually.
Huh. How do you make a magical item behave? Do I need to ground it or something?
They kind of make like a face as if that's not a bad idea, almost. They say, well, it depends. Do you want to tame this item, or do you wish to break the curse?
Well, like you say, I don't have any symptoms of the curse, so.
Yes. Like it could happen any day now, and you just suddenly get this. Well, according to our research, the urge to commit murder.
Huh. This could be.
Nah, he more incites that in other people.
Huh. Why does everyone want to kill Dusty? I'm not that bad.
So.
Yeah.
What you want to do with this? Tell us.
Pure chaos.
Because if you don't want to break the curse or tame the murder weapon, there's certain things we got to do next. There's certain steps we have to take.
Like a 12-step program?
It's more of a 12 gauge program.
Okay, so I would rather break it because murder sounds inconvenient, especially with guards around.
Okay, well, see, this isn't a typical cursed weapon that you can just go to a cleric and get the spell cast and it's no longer cursed to you. There's things you have to do. The basic one, and the one we don't recommend, is try to fight it. And they kind of look at you, and it's like, we don't think you're good enough at that. We don't think you're strong-willed. I'm gonna be honest here.
Well, it depends. Is will gonna be a charisma check or a wisdom check in this case?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we suggest one of two things. It's either you break the weapon itself, which would break the curse because the item's destroyed, which, again, they look at you. We don't think you can do, but maybe you got a strong friend. Who knows? The other thing you have to do is find a way to counter the magic with either another item that wants you to do the opposite than murdering, and the two curses will cancel each other out and destroying both items. Or you find some type of solution of another magic item or a stronger cleric or priest to break the spell or break the curse that way.
All right. How much does it usually cost to break a curse? Like, do they charge for that?
Well, a normal curse, remove curse spell is relatively cheap. The White House has, payment programs, things like that, but typically they charge somewhere around 80 to 150 silver gold pieces. Not a lot. Just depends on how strong it is. But we can tell you right now that that's not going to cover it. This is a god weapon that you attuned to without researching it first. So you're going to get something a little bit stronger than that, which, if we were to put a money value on it all, based off our research, you're looking somewhere around the 4 to 5 digit range.
Oh boy. Well, I can't afford that. Does the curse dissipate, or does it just keep going until I get satisfied?
Going until you get satisfied, and then for this one is you need to murder someone once a month.
Oh. Well, I'm an adventurer. That shouldn't be too hard.
So, with the weapon specifically.
That might be more hard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I guess I'll have to go find something magic, because I can't afford that other thing. You guys have any suggestions?
Well, we are a guild about magical items. So, they kind of look at each other. They're like, what we can do, if you give us some time, we could try to see if someone else is, any rumors or anything like that, because, well, we don't want a murdering member in our guild. Just going to be honest with you about that.
I mean, I'm not trying to be a murderer. This time I can legitimately say it's that thing, not me.
Well, the law is the law, and you still committed murder, and that's not a good thing to do. And do keep in mind, it's murder, not self-defense. It needs to be murder, which means you got to kill a person, not a beast. So,
okay. So this
there is that.
We are redefining. I was asking about this, and I asked if it's any living creature, and you said yeah.
Well, I the DM made a mistake in that, so that's why I'm coming back to it.
Okay, so it's gonna be intentional murder of a conscious person that's not trying to kill me as self-defense.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, shit. Does it compel me, DM player question, would it compel me to use all my wits or not?
It would compel you to do whatever you can to commit murder. It starts off as a soft whisper of hey, we need to kill someone, to the point where Dusty would do anything and everything within his power to commit murder.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
Yep. They say, well, you could always, take out a loan or do a favor for someone who could remove the curse. Or, like I said, we can try to find an item to help counter the curse.
Can you guys please help with that? That would be very nice.
They say, well, we can do what we can. Just know you will owe us one.
I understand that.
So they would do some research with your help, and two things come up. One is there is someone that can remove the curse, who isn't a member of the White House. However, if you can't pay with money, they have you do tasks for them instead. What these tasks are arranged depending upon what the curse was and things like that. The other option is there is a magic item that has been reported that was the opposite of your weapon, which is it is a hold on, I was trying to remember what it was because I wrote it down because I was preparing for this forever ago, but I forget what it is. Hold on 1 second here.
Can't imagine why you'd prepare for it.
I know, right? It's not like I had this cursed weapon lined up forever. Not gonna lie, didn't think Dusty was gonna attune to it immediately. So
I researched it first. You didn't give me the curse stuff.
You did the identify spell and asked you if you wanted to attune to it. You said yes.
It didn't say curse with the identify spell.
Exactly, identify spell doesn't tell you if it's cursed.
Yeah, identify spell doesn't identify curses.
Then that was a PC mistake. So I thought it did. I thought I gave you all the information about an item.
Anyways,
Yeah.
They say there is another weapon. It's a sickle that is rumored to have a tendency to cause people to not want to commit murder or kill people. They turn them to a pacifist. And they said maybe if you were to attune to both these weapons, there's the possibility the curses will cancel each other out and both weapons will destroy each other.
Do you know where this weapon is?
They said, well, it is on a facet. It's the last time it was rumored to be somewhere. They said it is on. Hold on. That's the wrong tab. Full 20. Please stop being weird. It is on a smaller facet that's not on your main list. It is on where is it? I remember it's like one of those weird letter acronym ones. I just give it something random. TT 74. And the tag dead facet is for facets that have no more use for the convergence. It means any resources that would be there either too expensive to get or they're already all mined out or gathered up or whatever.
And it's just rumored to be on this place?
They said, well, the last person who had it died there.
Oh. Is this enough for... Is this like... How do you ask, is this okay for low-level adventurers without saying that metagaming?
You ask, is this a safe place for me to go?
Yeah. Is this a relatively... Well, I guess they died there. Is this a place that my rank would indicate I could challenge?
Well, they kind of shrug. Well, are you going by yourself?
I would be going with a group.
Well, it's gonna be a little bit safer. All we know that's there are some monsters that could be bronze, maybe steel rank. They said it depends. It's been a few years since they died, so yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go talk this over with my friends. Hopefully they help me out. I hope they're not assholes. I better not talk to Gwildrick right now. Yeah.
No.
Can I go find Phoenix?
Would Phoenix be open to being found?
I mean, Phoenix probably spends a little bit of time on the set with the druids because he loves it there. But
Right.
He'd also return back and spend some time working in the clinics again because he wants to help people.
Yeah, so Phoenix
So
is
you can
findable.
probably find him in one of the clinics.
Phoenix!
There you go.
Hi, sick people. Hope you get better. Phoenix, can you come with me for a second?
Dusty, I wasn't expecting to see you for a while yet. You okay?
Yeah. No, I'm not. Can I talk to you in private real quick?
Yes, just, I'll be right back. He'll say to the other people in the clinic and step
They
out
kind of
with us.
okay.
Sorry, emergency.
Yeah, I'll help out after I come back to make up for this. Okay, Phoenix, you're the only person that's nice. Everyone else is kind of like abrasive. So I need you to be calm when you hear this.
Compliment.
I need you to be calm when you hear this. I need your help not to murder some people.
Okay, so I'm gonna need some context here.
Okay, remember that pile of treasure we found in the ball cave?
You mean the place where the people were worshipping Baal? Yeah, the Goblin Caves.
Yeah, remember that treasure room we found and we all picked something out of it like a trophy?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine came with a fuck up.
Oh.
This dagger here, I assume I have it on me. I brought it with me.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. It's cursed, and I would have to murder someone every month, or it'll drive me to go insane.
Oh no, the dagger murdered his mic.
Wait,
Oh,
it's,
God.
Oh, Chris.
You went robot-y.
wait. Oh shit, no, yeah. It's like the first murder, like dagger's like, you are not allowed to fucking talk.
Shut up.
Yeah. So
Anyways, continue.
Yeah, I need your help convincing everyone else that the first thing we do after the month of our probation is up is go there and possibly knock me out a lot because I will try to murder you. 98% chance.
By gods, Dusty.
Look, nothing else in the pile was cursed. You got a cool staff.
Actually, we retconned that. Phoenix got vampire blood.
Oh, you got vampire blood. Gwilrick got a potion thingy majig. And like Charlie got a cape.
Actually,
Okay.
I got one.
Jokes on all of you. You all got cursed items. You just don't know it yet.
Yes.
I would actually love that if you somehow make the cape like a rug of smothering that he's just wearing.
Yeah. Anyways.
Okay. Phoenix runs a hand through his fire hair. All right. So, can't you just go to a cleric?
Not unless we have over 5,000 gold. Sorry, 50,000 gold.
50,000. That's a ripoff. How are they charging that much to stop murder?
Well, it's easier just to kill me to stop it and be a lot cheaper.
That's just okay. I'm not going to get into the moral ethics of that.
I mean, we really can't talk
Over
about
here, start burning.
can we really talk about ethics? Aren't we child murderers?
We agreed. We agreed we'd never talk about that. Remember?
Oh, I forgot. I forgot there was a vow of silence. I think I went to bed before that happened. It's like, sorry. I'll keep it shut. Zip.
Yes. I'm sure that will work for about a minute.
Well, I didn't know who to go first because I assumed Charles would probably tie me up and sell it as a curiosity, and I think Wilrick might just kill me on the spot.
No one's gonna kill you, Dusty. It's okay.
Like, I sense that he doesn't like me, which is weird. I've been so nice.
I think Wilrick is just concerned for your overall well-being and self-destructive tendencies.
Well, yeah. Why are you guys so concerned about my self-destructive tendencies? That wouldn't affect you, wouldn't it?
It does affect us in the sense that we don't want you to die. You know how it felt like shit when Daniel died?
Oh, yeah, that kind of felt... I didn't know him that well, though. It did feel pretty bad, though, I guess.
And that's how we would feel if you died.
Oh. Huh. Dusty genuinely considers this for the first time in his life. Huh.
Realizing, wait a minute, am I the Dusty translator?
The Dusty Whisperer.
like Dusty's just cognizing that people give a shit about him at the moment.
Yeah. You see, we don't want to see you die.
Oh,
You're a good person, Dusty, and we want you to live and keep adventuring with us.
That's great. Because we may need I'm gonna need your help because I found a place that we might find something to help.
Excellent. Where is it and what is it?
It's a Deadfest set, and it's a site that creates pacifists.
Okay, and this will stop you wanting to murder people?
Well, theoretically, if I attune to both, and this has been in literature they will cancel each other out and possibly explode. Although that could be very dangerous, but it is a lot cheaper.
Okay, and then my job is to make sure you don't explode with it. Okay, understood.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, we can do that. That's definitely a priority.
Okay, should we go tell the others?
Well,
Oh.
we can't do anything till our probation is up anyways.
True.
Or is it, wait, we could. We just can't take missions. This isn't a mission, this is a personal trip.
Is that how it works, DM?
Yes.
True. We won't get paid, but we could find some stuff.
We'll get paid in the sense that you're not going to murder anyone.
Okay, then, okay.
We avoid opportunity cost.
Yeah. Well, then, let's get back to your sick people. I'll help you with them. I don't know, can, I like Dusty X and harmonica. Does music help sick people?
I find that a harmonica never helps anyone.
Well, you never had good Western songs, have you?
I was about to say, unless it's an electric harmonica playing the blues.
Well, the thing is, like, harmonica is the most practical one for an adventurer because it's very pocket-sized.
A bard that plays the kalimba solely, and I will disagree.
Yeah. That plays the what?
Mandolin.
The kalimba, the finger piano.
I get that. I'm just saying harmonica, like... I just think the harmonica is, like, nice and pocket-sized, but a mandolin, isn't that a violin type?
I said a kalimba.
No, what he
No,
said.
I said mandolin.
Isn't that like a violin
okay.
type?
But it's like this small. It's easy to sling around.
Yeah. I just wanted something I could play with ghost hands.
I just trauma with a bard in our one party that played the harmonica and constantly, and we would be trying to stealth, and then he just fucking start playing the harmonica, and we were all like, "You frickin'!"
Holy shit!
Hilarious.
You found a bard dumber than Dusty.
Yes.
Anyway, I think
Anyways.
Okay. So can I like help? It's like I can help. Like I don't have any medicine. I can roll performance to soothe them with song. Like make it so they're not thinking about their wounds for like 5 minutes. Can I try that? DM.
You can try, yeah.
Gets kicked out in 2 minutes.
Nat 20 on that.
Honestly, Dusty's harmonica is very soothing and helps calm people down. And Phoenix would be able to, see that actually, and how people react and stuff, so that you're able to get through people a little quicker. People are able to tell you what you need to know instead of panicking and crying, like sick people usually do. They don't tell you what you need to know immediately to help them. So yeah.
Okay.
Gee, that was remarkably helpful.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm good. Okay. So DM, do you want us to just like skip through telling the others since this plot point's kind of explained, or do you want us to just roleplay that?
No, you get to tell people how you want to tell people when you want to tell people. Yeah, you don't get to skip telling them. You don't get to avoid the consequences of your actions.
I didn't mean it that way. I just didn't.
Consequence.
I didn't mean it that way. I just didn't want to hog the RP.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
I think what I was going to ask is, anyone have anything personal they want to do left? Or can we move on toward... Oh, yes.
All I wanted to do was sell my not volcanic greatsword.
Your normal greatsword?
Yeah.
It's 50%. So whatever it's worth in the player's handbook, it's just 50% of that.
25 gold then.
Yep.
All right. Awesome. That's it.
Yep. So then we can start working on, hey, you all, it's the end of the month. You guys are reconvening as a group together to figure out what you want to do next as a group for next week when we play, and the DM can prepare.
So, are we in a private location?
Yeah, you guys be in a private area, yeah.
Like, we should really like rent a like public party house or something. Like a place we can
That's
all
an
meet.
idea for another time, Dusty.
Yeah.
Um,
'Cause I assume
So,
we're like down. I assume we're like down in like a shack or something that's private.
guys, we may need to take another pause before we take another mission. Due to unforeseen magic, Dusty may or may not have found himself with a small curse.
Of course, it's him.
I genuinely don't know whether to laugh or slap you, Dusty.
I mean, you could do both.
You're right.
Can It's like, can I dodge?
Well, I'll make an
No.
attack roll.
Dodge!
Yes. Okay, so everybody is proficient in unarmed attacks, so that's gonna add. Yeah, that's an 18.
Okay. It already,
Actually, yeah, 18.
yeah, that'll hit my AC.
Okay, yes. So if I remember correctly, it's just 1 plus my strength modifier, so you take 3 damage from that.
Actually, it's 1d4, I believe.
You can always it's a slap, so you don't actually have to deal damage if you don't want to.
I'll do 1 damage.
Fair
Just
enough.
yeah. I love
That's a
Jeez.
treat.
Okay, do you feel better now?
Okay,
That depends on what we have to do next.
let's not hit
Are
the
you less
volatile,
murdery?
cursed guy. So this curse is kind of an issue that can't be dealt with a standard cleric unless we want to shell out. We're talking 5-digit numbers.
Yeah, I kind of like
I
the
feel
getting.
the urge to slap your Ryzen again, so
Okay, in my defense, nothing else in that pile was cursed.
Try to refrain from slapping Dusty because this curse may or may not have turned him into a he may or may not have strong impulses to murder people.
I mean,
I
if I
will
was,
refrain from
You mean
slapping
more than
him.
usual?
I mean, like if I was, if I was gonna murder anyone, I would go after Charles or Phoenix first. They're easier targets.
Hey, why me?
You said one.
What? I
Simultaneously, Charles and Fix.
I didn't. I said Charles and Phoenix. Like Phoenix. I said I didn't hear what you said after I said that.
Oh, Fennec said, you said I was nice one. I was a nice one.
That's why you'd be easier to kill. You trust me. I could get in close.
Okay, moving on from homicidal urges and whatnot. Dusty he's self-cleaning. He has found a solution to this problem. We just have to go find it. It's a magical item on a dead facet.
TT-74.
I mean, we could always go to that dead facet and throw him off the edge.
I told you he was gonna kill me.
No one's going to murder Dusty.
DM, would I know?
Okay, we won't murder him unless, we won't murder him, but I cannot promise I won't kill him in self-defense.
I mean, you could.
Why don't we make a safety plan? Something, if Dusty becomes volatile, we do A through C kind of thing.
A what?
A plan. Why don't we make a plan to be
Always
prepared?
bind him.
Yes, bindings. Bindings are good. Non-lethal things like that are good.
I have a
Studying
net.
is good
Actually, I have
too.
5 nets.
Huh.
I can try to prepare spells that can non-lethally deal with him.
Dusty, have you tried gifting this dagger to another?
Oh, I gave it to someone. They researched it for about 7 hours, then came back and told me I was cursed. I mean,
You
hey,
can give it. It's
would you
not
rather have
so
found
bad
out
now.
this way, or for me trying to kill you when the curse kicks in?
What do you know about this facet we have to go to?
It's a dead facet, it has the worlds, and there's apparently a pacifist scythe on it. Because of a dead adventurer
Alright.
there. And it's, Bronze to upper steel rank.
We can take it.
Yes, we can, and we should.
It's either that or I could try to tame the dagger.
I mean, I can shrink Dusty if he becomes volatile. That is something I am capable of doing.
Stick him in a jar.
Tame the dagger. Yep. Dusty, I wouldn't trust you to tame crumbs off of a muffin. Yeah, let's go.
Why would you tame
Let's go to that-
crumbs? They're not animals.
Let's fine. We can go to the to this facet, look for this sickle, and if we don't find it, I'll just dream on the possibilities for a bit.
We're not killing Dusty, Phoenix will vehemently whisper to
I never said I'm not. Well, I did say I might, but I'm just saying now that I'm not planning on it. Just musing on some nice fantasies for a bit.
Dear God, like this entire campaign is just Phoenix, your moral limit is being tested. I mean, it's good for character, but dear God, Phoenix is going through it.
Hey, DM, would I know if this dead facet is the same facet that may have Eskinez?
No, it would not be.
Did Charles say that in character about the Black House?
Yeah, after you started
Again.
speaking of murdering everyone, so like, yeah, have you heard of this house?
That's what I meant. He could maybe gift somebody from the Black House.
I mean,
This dagger.
I think the problem is it's
hides
not.
hides his pin.
I think the problem is.
Like, hey, this is a very nice dagger. You should attune to it.
My problem is I'm cursed, so it's bound to me. Secondly, the Black House wouldn't have need for this because they have planned assassinations, which are a lot classier and more organized than murders.
I think they should have some use for someone keen on murder.
Let's just take murder off the table completely. Whether that be giving someone the cursed murder dagger, whether that be murdering anyone in chat. Let's just take that off the table.
Or we sell the murder dagger and never speak of it again.
Well, the curse would still be with me, so I'd probably try to strangle one of you.
Or destroy it, if you prefer. Like,
it's a curse. Magical curses don't go away.
We go back to
Dusty will just go mad trying to find the dagger and kill everyone who stands in his way.
Yeah, let's put it this way. By going to the dangerous facet, looking for the sickle, we're actually presented with multiple options for how to contend with this curse problem.
Mm-hmm.
It presents, I think it's the best course of action for us.
I agree. For different reasons, but I agree.
I was about to say, you probably agree for different reasons. Yeah. But hey, as long as we can work together on this.
I agree, because we are all capable of defending ourselves. And if we're on an abandoned facet, there's no one else for Dusty to try to murder. Therefore, no casualties.
Or he will try to murder us.
Yes, but we can defend ourselves.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah. I was thinking we go back to Black Snow, climb the volcano, and throw the dagger inside. Never.
Then Dusty's just gonna jump in the volcano.
That's his responsibility.
You're not exactly dissuading me from that notion.
Come on, he said himself he gave it away for 7 hours.
Like Dusty would go like, do you really hate me that much?
Do you guys realize how damaging this is?
It's not so much that I hate you, Dusty. It's that, you know how when it gets warmer, flies start buzzing about your head, especially after you've bathed? Yeah, you're kind of that feeling all the time.
Oh. Well, that's good. Flies keep you aware. They keep your reflexes in check. I'm glad they keep the compliment.
Gwilrick is very much doing this right now.
I can't see your face. What? Like Dusty, like taking that
Eye
as a compliment.
twitch.
Like,
Doing an eye twitch right now.
Like Dusty taking that as a compliment. Okay, Goic. Glad to know you care so much. Like, he just generally did not get it. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Going to a facet that doesn't have anybody else on it definitely presents the best options.
Well, I know where it is, and I know how to get there.
Perfect.
And
Well, let's sally forth, shall we?
well, first we should get
Oh, by
prepared.
the way, I didn't.
I mean, why do you want to go unprepared, Gwilrick? Don't be reckless.
By the way, I didn't manage to appraise any of those gems. By the way, I couldn't really find anything.
Okay.
I did find one thing, but it sounded really shifty in my defense, and I was just a little nervous. I'm not great with people. We already know this, so I figured I would just give them to Charles.
Okay, we'll shelve the gems thing for now, because there is the whole Dusty potentially becoming a murderer problem. We can table the gem idea for now.
Yeah, no, just thought I would let you guys know that I did not do the one thing that I was supposed to do in this time.
You attempted it. You tried. You gave it your best effort, I'm sure.
My two nat ones in a row.
I suppose I should just generally note that it's pretty obvious that it's not just this conversation, but Gwilrick is being a bit more snarky than you're used to.
Yeah, Fenix fully plans on asking him about it later, but figures maybe I'll wait till we're like on watch or something and Gwilrick is a bit calmer.
So, as you guys are trying to figure out, hey, we are going to this facet and doing this. The next question I have for you all is, how are you guys going to get there?
Is it not a portal facet?
Nope.
It's a dead facet.
Caius, you muted.
That probably means we're going to have to charter a ship there.
How much does
Hey,
ships
Kevin,
cost on average?
we can't hear you.
It's a dead facet, so it probably would be quite expensive because they likely would have to do it for us.
Or we could try to get passage on a ship that would pass near it and pay the captain to convince him to stop over there.
Potentially ask one of my friends if they would be willing to do it for a lower price.
And the problem with the captain one is, how do we convince him to come back?
Yes, that is a bit of an issue.
DM,
we can probably...
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I know that our original airship was destroyed. Right. Do any of the people that I am in contact with still, such as Ronald and stuff, have access to skyships still?
All the ones you could theoretically get in contact with, for far as you know, they all still do things related to skyships.
Okay, so they all still likely travel via skyship.
Yeah. Whether or not they can get you there or are willing to, that's a different story.
Yeah. Fenix is not optimistic about it, but it's an option to ask and see if, hey, you raised me, you helped raise me, can I borrow your ship?
Dad, can I borrow the car?
Yeah.
It's not really dads. We're like, hey, Uncle, Bobby, can I borrow your hot rod to impress this girl at high school?
Yeah.
No, I've never driven a motorcycle before.
Well, clearly you haven't, because you called it a hot rod.
I was gonna say the same thing, but I let it slide.
Yep, that's So
I could ask one of my friends has access to a skyship if you'd be willing to drop us off and pick us up, but he's definitely going to charge us. I can't tell you how much.
Yeah, and we can ask him to come back after, I don't know how much, but after some time, and maybe a week or something. So we don't have to worry about going back to the conventions.
Yeah, he's I like to think he won't leave us there if we don't make it, but at the same time, he may just, if we're not at the extraction point when we say we are, he'll probably just assume we're dead.
Mm.
Any chance we could convince him to stick around until we're done, or?
Time is money, man. It's gonna cost us.
Mm.
Well, well, this was my screw up, so I'll put as much gold as I have on it.
Yeah, we can look for. We still have these stones like we found on this other mission, as well as this statuette of like maybe goblin religious and some nice clothes, some rings. We can sell them. That's probably
Certainly
would
do.
finance all of it, yeah.
We do have things to barter with other than gold, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, it sounds like you guys know what you're doing next week, which is trying to save Dusty's life.
Yeah.
Well,
Or he will die trying.
that's a possible method of achieving the goal. Yes.
Yeah.
Why do I always play the moral compass in every party? I don't mean to, but I always end up in this spot.
Because everyone else is an
very
asshole.
strange. It's strange for me because I'm trying to play a neutral good character, but even good characters have like peeves.
I know,
It's
but like you're getting to this weird character where you're like J. Jonah Jameson, where you're like, okay, I'm a champion of rights, I have journalistic integrity, but fuck this one guy in particular.
Phoenix is also neutral good, because he's very much a no. We can bend the law as long as it's for the good.
Yeah. Charles is chaotic good, like, what the law?
So, well, I hope everyone enjoyed their first downtimes, learned some things, got the feel for some things, understanding maybe some things the DM has set up down the line for them, maybe things like that,
Mm-hmm.
I sense a lot in the military stuff I was hearing about, but more so that didn't make it to the recording.
So,
I've gotten so many ideas for backup characters.
I have one plan since the beginning.
Yeah.
But I'm just not sure if about some law settings, but yes.
Yeah.
Oh, if you want to talk about backup characters, just wait until we do the tournament arc that I planned later on, and you see all these like really cool NPCs you guys are going to fight. Oh, you're going to be like, oh my god, so many character ideas.
It's like, oh, these are all my backup characters.
That's exactly what it is. You're
Like-
going to be fighting every like
As a
NPC.
DM's character, he never had the chance to play.
Yeah. That's literally how it's gonna be like in tournament arc. I have like 1,000 characters, and there's other like really cool ideas and stuff that just like. And that's if you guys do it. Like I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I'm just saying like if you guys do enter the tournament in this upcoming season.
Charles is definitely going to sell his place.
Okay, well, I think that's a good end spot. Everyone agree?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.